It's been 1 year and 5 months since I stopped porn.
If you had your way, you would never have gone into porn.
No, I wouldn't. It's one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my life, and it's an expensive one because so many doors has been shut at my face. Not because I can't do it, not because I'm not qualified enough to do it, but because of my past life. A lot of ladies, they keep attacking me. They don't see the pains I'm going through, and some of them will still be insisting that they want to go into porn. I'm like, please don't go. And sincerely, I wasn't happy about the fact that I went into porn. And this is one of the reasons why I keep granting interviews, because I always and would want to tell my truth. I always want to share my story. So I know the whole world cannot just accept it as a negative thing, but at least, even if it's just one person I could get to discourage that, please don't go into this thing, I find peace doing that. There are lots of other girls in the past that have done this before me, but why do you think they don't come out? One, stigmatization. Two, it's block a lot of ways, a lot of doors. Three, they can't live up to the shame and the whole disgrace. It's not easy for me. Each time I come out to tell my story, it's like I'm opening old wounds.
Hello and welcome again to Legit TV. My name is Damilayo Kwala, and today we have a very important interview, as it were, with Joy Edede, an ex-adult movie star. So she used to have adult movie involvements, but now she's a changed person, and then she wants to tell her story to a lot of people out there, some of whom are still into this, and some of whom are aspiring to go into the same. So today she's here to speak with us, and we do hope that you guys we'll pick a few things from what she's going to say. It's a pleasure having you here today, Joy.
Thank you, Dami.
Okay, so Joy, how are you today? Firstly, how are you?
I'm fine.
Apparently you smile a lot.
Yeah, because I feel it eases the stress, and it makes one look younger because you're stressing your veins and the muscles on your face. So.
So tell us about yourself. Who is Joy Edede?
Joy Edede is a 25-year-old single lady that loves entertainment, a former video vixen, was into a couple of pageantries, won a crown for Face of African Queen International, actually came out as first runner-up, but I was stripped of my title when the organizers got to know I was somewhat into porn, because as at that year I was still into porn, not until I left porn.
Okay, so tell us about the porn part, because I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in this porn part. How did you start porn, and when? Between what period did you do this adult movies?
This is 2020, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I went into porn in 2017, 2018. Okay, let's just say 2018. And I got introduced into porn through a friend then. She didn't actually come out straight. It was actually a porn kind of thing. It was supposed to be a reality TV show, just like the likes of Big Brother and any other reality TV show you must have heard of or must have watched. And on getting there, I found out it was porn because I recognized the porn actor then. And I pulled her to corner. I'm like, girl, what's up? This wanna be reality, oh. And she was like, you here? Why not just give it a shot? You can make good money, maybe 1 or 2 movies and you're out of it. I'm like, okay. There are other pretty girls there. Okay. And I accepted and I went into porn, which I wasn't even supposed to.
How did you stop the acting, the porn itself?
Oh.
And at what point did you determine I'm never going to get back to acting porn?
Okay, after I left this person that initiated me into porn, I worked with another brand just once, and
So
it's
by this
been
time you had gotten used to the porn. And
yes,
the way
because I thought about it then. If I leave porn, what am I going to do? This person has posted my videos, because He was making threat at me. I'm going to send your videos to your family. I'm going to post it for the whole world to see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I ruin you, except you come back to work for me. And I stood on my ground, and I wasn't, and I would never go back to work for you. And he kept saying, don't worry, with time she's going to come back. But I never did. It's been 1 year and 5 months since I stopped porn.
So the other brand, you went there?
Yeah, I was invited through a mail. I was contacted through a mail. And I shot just 2 videos for them. That was on my first visit to their brand. And that was it. And why I was determined to stop porn, it went all out. My family wasn't comfortable with it. And my mom especially, because she's someone that's very close to my heart. My mom wasn't comfortable. Calls were coming in from extended families. My dad was going through a lot of trauma at that point in time because he never believed I would go into it. Like, nobody ever believed I would go into it because I was from a very religious family. My upbringing was top-notch because my mom is actually a proprietress. She owns her own nursery and primary school. So when it talks about upbringing and one's background, I had the best. So it was very disappointing for my family to get to know that I was into porn. And looking at all those things we were going through, and my best friend then, she's still my friend though. Her family's challenges from her families are like, stay away from this girl. She's going to influence you. You know how it is. But she stood by me, and one day I just thought about it like, what am I even doing? This whole lifestyle, like, does it even worth it? And why am I making people that I claim to love and I claim to care about, and I know these people love me genuinely, I shouldn't make them go through these pains over and over again? And I just woke up and said to myself, this is the end of the road. I'm never going to do this. I'm going to stop this from this moment. It's just like you're stagnant. You're at a point where you're not moving, but you're getting money at that point. Whatever you need money for, it's always available. But aside from that minute, aside from that moment, there is absolutely nothing. I can't say, oh, I used porn money to do this, because it doesn't just come in bulk.
How much were you paid per movie? Maybe per
Initially,
shoot?
when I started, I was paid 80 along the way.
Just per shot? Or
Yes, per movie.
Okay.
Then initially I started off with Max. I was using Max along the line. The
What
first,
do you mean, Max?
like, I was always wearing Max, face
okay.
Max, in my first movie. Then the person I was working with then insisted, oh, you have a nice skin. My subscribers, they're intrigued. They really want to see your face, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to increase your pay. That was where the problem started from. Uncle increased pay.
So how much?
We agreed on 150. 150. Uncle now refused to pay the money. That is where the fight started from. So at the end of the day, I shot another movie without Max for him, and I wasn't paid because that was when the whole issue started, and I had to leave. So going off to another brand, I didn't use Max, and I was paid 300,000 for a movie, because already like, oh, Savage Rap Queen, the porn goddess, blah 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 blah, because I was trending, so they needed me to also sell out their brand. So that was why they paid such an amount. Not like they would pay another person such an amount.
Can you tell us the routine for shooting a movie? 300,000 naira for a movie. What's the routine like? I mean,
you have to get tested. I don't know about any other person, but I'm someone that is so concerned about my health, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize it for any reason whatsoever. So they sent me a mail. I made them draw a contract, because I wouldn't want a situation whereby there will be issues like the previous time. So they drew out a contract. I read, I made amendments, sent them what I was comfortable with. We had an agreement. I got to the state, because it wasn't even shot in Lagos State. I got to the state where it was shot. I did my test, and I made sure the person I was shooting with also have his test right in my presence. And then they were like, why? All these laws are too much. Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to? Like, that's my policy. If it's not convenient for you, I'll make a refund and I'll travel back. But I wouldn't want to expose myself and start having complicating health issues for a token. So I made sure the health sector was like fully covered, even if we had to reshoot, take again. It's a crazy experience.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. And disgusting.
Okay, so do you regret going into porn at any rate? Do you regret?
I do. Because a lot of ladies, they keep attacking me. They don't see the pains I'm going through, and some of them will still be insisting that they want to go into porn. I'm like, please don't go. And they'll be like, because you're not popular, that's why you don't want us to get fit. My destiny and your destiny are not the same thing.
Oh.
And sincerely, I wasn't happy about the fact that I went into porn. And this is one of the reasons why I keep granting interviews, why I keep reaching out for interviews, because I always and would want to tell my truth. I always want to share my story. So I know the whole world cannot just accept it as a negative thing, but at least, even if it's just one person I could get to discourage that, please don't go into this thing. I find peace doing that. I'm at peace with myself when I find out that, okay, at least one or two persons out there must have gotten discouraged going into it. But what can I do? What can I say? I keep sharing my story. Some will listen, some will take the bad part, like, because she did not make money out of it, because she did not do this, she did not. That's not it. Just because I want you to learn from my story, I want you to understand the fact that some of the things we consider as being all rosy and glamorous is not actually the way it seems to be. We have hidden demons everyone is fighting, and not everybody would want to come out and share their story. There are lots of other girls in the past that have done this before me, but why do you think they don't come out? One, stigmatization. Two, it's block a lot of ways, a lot of doors. Three, they can't live up to the shame and the whole disgrace. It's not easy for me. Each time I come out to tell my story, it's like I'm opening old wounds, and I'm being pierced over and over again. And it's not just me. If I don't say my story, a lot of people might fall victim of this same thing, and I wouldn't want that to happen. So please, more we try here. What it's not easy. I know there are a lot of challenges going on in Nigeria. Even me safe like this now, I'm not settled.
Right. So I wanted to ask, out of curiosity, right?
Okay.
For those who have seen pornography before, people believe that there's pleasure. People who are acting it, they actually derive pleasure.
No. There is no pleasure there. There's no real orgasm there. It's just being faked. I could appear to be smiling. I'm not smiling. Like the last video I showed, just few of my friends, when they got to, they're like, Trap Queen, you were not happy doing this at all. I said, yes, I'm not. I just want that small money to keep myself, my body and soul together at that point in time. So there, for me, my experience going into it, when I was into it, there was no pleasure. There was no feelings attached. It was just, let me get this work done, get my pay, and just leave. I never felt, instead, I was feeling pain, because at the end of the day, it doesn't happen always, but once in a while, I'll go back home and I'll just weep like, God, how long do I have to keep doing this? And I'm like, I'm a strong girl. Let's just forget about that thing.
Stars are suffering.
Yes, they are, secretly. But because they don't want to be body shamed, they don't want to be stigmatized, they don't want to be criticized, they won't come out and tell you. They'll just come out on the grams and whatever platform they have, like, oh, everything is comfortable, everything is fine. No, nothing is fine with them. Absolutely nothing is fine with them, if I will be sincere with you. I'm talking from experience.
Right. For whatever reason, did you ever envisage going back? Were you tempted? Did you find...
I got offers, huge offers. Foreign companies reached out to me.
Can you give us the amount?
We're talking about in millions here.
Millions of dollars or naira.
Millions of naira, then thousands in dollars. And I'm like, God, because after I opted out of porn, I drew closer to my creator, which has done me much good. If I had known, this is something I would have done like way earlier.
You'd have given your life.
I swear, like way back than just doing it now. But like the popular adage says, it's better late than never. And whenever such offers comes up, I'll always pray to God and like, God, please give me the strength and the grace. It's not easy for me, you know, because right now I don't have anything apart from my skincare routine. I mix cream, I sell soap and those body stuffs. That's what I'm into now, and it's just okay. You place order, I'll rush to the market. It's not like I'm already established like how I would want to be. So the temptation keeps coming up each time I have interview. I'm sure after this interview, more offers will come, but by God's grace, He has always strengthened me, and He will keep strengthening me to kick and fight against it.